Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Criterion Connection. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And today we're doing a fan suggestion. It was suggested to us a couple months ago. We're doing David Cronenberg's Scanners. Mind blown, right? And I've learned last night when I watched the movie that I've never seen Scanners. Ever. I know about the head explosion, and I know about the epic staring contest at the end of the movie, but I know nothing about the plot, apparently. I was like, what is going on?
It's a crazy plot.
Yeah, it reminds
Even when you watch it, you kind of...
It kind of reminds me of Videodrome, like, where it's, like, kind of another Cronenberg. It's, like, delving into this big old, like, society thing. Also, They Live is another example of, like, kind of, like, this weird kind of, like...
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Like, just secret organizations. Like, weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one, it deals with these people called scanners, which are pretty much like ESP. They can kind of control people's brains.
They're like psychics. Their
circuitry can meet other person's like nervous system. It's like nervous system kind of connects.
They're like Professor X.
Yeah.
You know, he can move things with his mind. He can read your mind. He can
control your heart.
Control, parts of your body.
He also could be a master hacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There is that.
Yeah.
Where they can connect with machines.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
So basically it starts with this guy. He kind of can't, Cameron Vale, he can't control his powers. So this Dr. Ruth gets him, and he's like, we're going to control your power because there's this evil guy called Revok. Sorry, not Reddick. Revok. Revok. It's Revok. Sorry. I was close. Jesus. Revok, played by Michael Ironsides, who's always chef's kiss. Every time he's on a roll, he's always doing a good job with it and just being like Starship Troopers. He goes for drill sergeant. It's just drill sergeant.
He just goes for it, man.
Yeah,
he just goes.
He's also in a movie called Turbo Kid, which I think everyone should check out. Has nothing to do with this movie. But yeah, Michael Ironsides plays Revok, and he's kind of like this, like, he infiltrates this, like, kind of, like, conference and blows the dude's head off. Like, that's, like, the most iconic gif, or 3-second scene.
It's a demonstration of Dr. Ruth's scanners, kind of, the department. Like, they're trying to teach people...
Concept.
Yeah, they're trying to teach people how to control these powers, and they're going to use them to whatever ends. Like, they're probably going to militarize them or whatever, weaponize them.
Yeah.
But
the company, I can't think of it. The RISE program wasn't it, but the company that Ruth founded, they were working on chemical weapons.
Right.
So
Revok kind of sneaks his way in there, and he volunteers as a like a guinea pig for the established scanner to work with on stage as part of a demonstration. And it turns out he's way more powerful, and he causes the scanner's head to blow up.
Yeah.
And all kinds of crazy shit happens.
Yeah, and then he just kind of is like this kind of like underground group of just like these, not terrorists, because they don't attack other people, but it's just like this kind of group that he's like hunting down the other scanners. And then the secret weapon is Cameron Vale, which Revok is also looking for. He reveals later why he's looking for, and it's like, what? And so, yeah, just kind of a cat and mouse kind of thing. Cameron Vale is trying to infiltrate, and he meets this woman, Kim, and there's a mole in the ComSec company that's feeding Revok information we know, but no one else knows. So when Keller, spoiler, it's Keller. You find out within like 20 minutes. But he, that scene is really tense at times. Like, it's just like, also just like, I also love seeing people's performances when they're getting scanned. Like that one guy is like, doing that, and I was like, oh my god.
It
I imagine Cronenberg just like saying, okay, make a silly face that you're like getting your head exploded or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as disgusting as most Cronenberg movies.
No, I think it's disgusting
It's pretty tame.
Yeah, I think like the head explosion and the epic telepath fight at the end when they're like ripping their skin, like that, and the eyes pop out and stuff. Like, yeah, that's the most Cronenberg in there. I mean, some dude gets lit on fire.
Well, the other Cronenberg staple is the conspiracy and
Yeah.
underground
Videodrome
secret organizations.
is a big one.
Yeah, so
A
so
little bit of the Brood too.
a little bit of the Brood as well, but yeah, this doesn't have kind of the body horror as much for Cronenberg.
It's very tame Cronenberg.
Yeah,
Like there's the cinematography is kind of plain. I mean, there's cool shots, but it's kind of plain.
it's very kind of it's just kind of that generic 80s, sci-fi action cinematography.
Yeah.
It's
from 81, so it's early 80s.
Yeah, it's not really reinventing the wheel.
It feels like
it's not doing anything super.
It feels like
innovative.
it's like a great transition from like 70s cinematography to 80s. It's a good transition period because there's a lot of cool things happening. Like, of course, like when they're in the circuit board, that cool shot circuit board, and hacking. Just people with computers. Just seeing how people just react with computers is great.
I think the strength is just kind of this really strange mystery plot.
And it's the world too.
Yeah, and the idea of people trying to harness psychic abilities and stuff like that. I think is where kind of the strong points are.
And the performances are good. I like the guy who plays Cameron Vale. He has a good stare. I don't know about acting. I don't think he was the most emotive kind of person, but it worked for what it was supposed to be. Ironside is great as being a menace.
Yeah.
Also, like, Dr. Ruth is cool. He's like this, like, I'm a scientist, even Keller was kind of very intimidating. Not like, I'm scared of him, but more of like, when he's in the room with Kim at the interrogation room, it was like, I kind of felt bad for her, but then they kind of, there's one missed opportunity. I feel like Dr. Ruth should have revealed, like, they should cut back and forth with her interrogation. Dr. Ruth's like, oh yeah, we didn't inject you guys with the serum to block your powers. So then that's like when she uses the powers. I felt like that could have been maybe swapped in and have a little tension to it. But because when you find out, like, oh, she wasn't injected with the serum, you know that she's going to attack Keller and overturn him. So there's no tension in that scene because of that. I mean, there's tension that she doesn't know that she's okay,
right.
But I don't know. You knew that she was going to kind of get out of it. But aside from that, I enjoyed this movie a lot, actually. It was very, it's not crazy, and it's not, the plot was very easy to follow, I thought. Unlike Videodrome, where it's just kind of like, at some point, you're like, what is going on? The new flesh, what is going on? Why is his hand now a gun? What?
Naked Lunch is another one that's like that.
Oh yeah, Naked Lunch. You're like, what is going on? This one's a very kind of like one of the most straightforward Cronenberg movies, I think. I think it's a good Cronenberg movie for no one.
It's a starter.
It's a good starter for anyone that's never watched a Cronenberg movie. I think it's, yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's the main question. I also like the score a lot in this.
Yeah.
It kind of has
Cronenberg movies tend to have good music.
Has that I have to cut that out. Has that kind of like that buzzing, the kind of like the kind of the scanning noise, but they make it into the score. So I think that's really I have to point out the score was pretty good. So Joe, buy, rent, stream, skip.
I think this is a really fun movie. I think it is it great? Not really. It's just good.
Yeah.
And I think it's also very palatable for most people. I'll say it's a solid. I think it's a buy. I think it's good enough that anybody can sit down and watch it. And enjoy it.
You're not going to regret your purchase.
Right. Yeah. And I think it's just really good. Just a good solid movie.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with buy. I'm definitely going to buy the Blu-ray because I rented it on Amazon Prime because it's not on Criterion Channel. So I bought it on Amazon. I rented on Amazon Prime, and Diane, who's been on the show before, she was like, "This looks really good, like the transfer," and I'm like, "Yeah, the transfer looks great on this," and I'm like, I might get just for the special features. I would love to know there's a commentary. I would love to know the direction on this, what the idea came from. I would love to delve more into the scanner's world. So I think it's a solid buy. You're not going to regret buying it. I'll just say that. It's not like, I bought this on a whim, and you're like, oh. No, this is going to be like, that was enjoyable. Some people might just
I think people, and this is another one where we're talking about, it's a good starter. It's good to get your toes wet if you want to dive into Cronenberg movies.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people that when they start getting into Cronenberg, they start with Videodrome. And I don't think that's a great place to start. I think that's something you gotta warm your way into. And I think this is a solid movie that most people can enjoy. And it's just like, okay, I kind of know what I'm getting into. And then, like, you kind of feed them some more of his other movies, maybe like The Brood, or maybe even like Naked Lunch later, and work your way up.
I thought you were going to say Naked Lunch Lady for a minute. I was like, whoa, man. I don't remember that Cronenberg movie.
Just wait.
Yeah, I think I only have like one Cronenberg after this. Videodrome. We'll talk about that another time.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So that's our thoughts on Scanners. What's your thoughts on the movie Scanners? What's another? Should we do Videodrome soon? Also, what's another Cronenberg movie you think should be in the Criterion collection?
That isn't already.
that isn't already.
Yeah.
Let us know, because let's make a petition. Let's sign a petition. Like, let's put, was it Cosmopolis?
Yeah, Cosmopolis.
Yeah, let's put that in there. I've never seen it, but
they do have that feature on your Criterion profile, like, what movie do you wish is in the collection that isn't?
And I always write Blade Runner, because Jesus, I'm surprised that's not on Criterion. Maybe we'll do a show where we just say this should be on Criterion collection.
That'd be
this
fun.
Should be The Room.
It certainly wouldn't be the worst movie in there.
Not Room, The Room.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't be the worst movie in the
Solid
collection.
Night, Dead Night 2, not 1. No, you do 1 and 2. They do that for Police Story. You can do like a combo pack.
We're getting distracted.
Yeah. Anyway, so subscribe, share, do all that stuff. You know the drill. This is over 100 episodes of Criterion, and if this is the first time you're watching a video like ours, subscribe so you can watch all of them. You have a whole 120 episode backlog to watch. So there you go.
Also take into account that some of those videos are very old, and we hadn't been doing this for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do not be like, dude, your production value of this sucks. And I'm like, it's episode 3.
That happens.
Yeah. So.
But thank you for watching, and please share and comment down below.
Yes. Until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we will see you later. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I didn't think we would.